At OPTAVIA, our mission is to offer the world lifelong transformation, one healthy habit at a time. The following audio contains the personal testimonials of independent coaches and clients within the OPTAVIA community. Their results are based on the unique experiences of their journey. We cannot guarantee like or similar outcomes. We hope these stories inspire you to continue your journey with or join OPTAVIA, but please note they have not been verified and your individual journey to optimal health will vary. As always, it is our recommendation that you speak with a healthcare provider in the US or a doctor in Singapore and Hong Kong prior to beginning your journey with OPTAVIA. Additionally, this audio may contain income or earning representations of some independent OPTAVIA coaches. We cannot guarantee financial success. Success with OPTAVIA is derived from successful sales efforts, which require hard work, diligence, skill, persistence, competence, and leadership. OPTAVIA acknowledges that this audio may be accessible to OPTAVIA coaches in the US, Hong Kong, and Singapore. For independent OPTAVIA coaches operating in the US, please see the OPTAVIA Income Disclosure Statement for statistics on actual earnings of US coaches under the US Compensation Plan. Please note that the Income Disclosure Statement only applies to independent OPTAVIA coaches operating in the US under the US Compensation Plan and does not in any way constitute any representations as to actual or potential accrual of benefits for Hong Kong or Singapore coaches under the International Compensation Plan. Yours in Health, the OPTAVIA team.
So I'd like you to introduce you to my family. It's my husband, Mike, my son, Matt, right there in the white t-shirt, getting married on Saturday, my daughter, Marissa, who is also a health coach, and her husband, Ben. We've been in this community for 12 and a half years, and you'll see my family is my why. Oh boy, here we go. My two little grandsons over there, Hudson and Parker, are 4 and 6, and they are my bigger why. You know, I don't know what happens when you become a Gigi, but you love your kids and you've raised your kids and you've grown them, you've raised them up. And now you've got that next generation coming along. And I have the strongest why to be fully present for them, to be present for them physically and to be fully present for them emotionally. And to be able to give them options in their life financially. And that is the gift that coaching has given them. You know, I talked a little bit earlier about I loved my career as a nurse practitioner in an OBGYN practice. But what I also found is that I didn't have the time for my family that I wanted to have. I worked really long hours and life can get really crazy. And when I made the decision to coach, I thought it was just going to be a hobby. But I fell more and more and more in love with coaching and serving people. And instead of treating disease, being able to be in a space where I could help people truly move forward in their health. And I got to a space where I really realized that my purpose in life was to really help people to live a bigger life. And that is the gift that coaching has given me. So I'd like to invite you to come and stay with us for the next 25 minutes. And what we're going to be doing is talking about coaching. And I'd love for you to meet some of our partners and hear some of their stories. Okay, so we talk in OPTAVIA about lifelong transformation, which we talk about healthy body, mind, and finances. We have a huge health epidemic in the United States. You know, back in 2015-16, which actually at this point is a little bit older information, obesity was at almost 40% in adults and almost 19% in children. And those statistics have just continued to get worse. The prevalence of obesity was highest among middle-aged adults and among younger adults. And this is all according to the CDC information. What we talk about in OPTAVIA is living a bigger life, living a life of optimal health, which we believe incorporates our healthy body, our healthy mind, and our healthy finances. And the three of these things are pieces that we know come together and they all intersect. And when we have balance in those three key areas, then we really are truly living our best life. So we've been around for about 19 years, and I'd like to introduce you to Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson. He's a 10th board certified critical care physician in the United States, double board certified in anesthesiology and critical care, which y'all is no easy task. It means he's kind of smart, and it also means that he has a big heart to serve others. He was part of the Cleveland Open Heart team for several years, and then he moved over to the Midwest where he actually started and ran a surgical ICU, a very, very busy, very well-respected unit. He trained fellows in the field of critical care medicine, but what he also did is he ran the department. and he took care of some of the sickest people in the United States. But what he found after time was that he was putting a Band-Aid on a problem. Because when you're in the ICU and you're dying, it's too late. So he and his wife, Lori, left mainstream medicine and they started the OPTAVIA community. And really what their goal was to have a vehicle and a community that would truly help people to live their best life. We have been repeatedly shouted out by magazine, by corporate entities, as really being just an amazing company doing amazing things. And I am honored every single day to be a part of this community. So I'd like to go ahead and bring on our first guest, Lisa. We're all about stories, because I can talk at you all day long, but it's the stories that really, really talk about and share who we are. So we're going to buzz over to North Carolina to my dear friend and neighbor, Lisa. Do you want to go ahead and come off mute? Because you've got an amazing story to share.
Thank you so much, Patty. I'm so excited to be here with you guys tonight. I always love the opportunity to share my story, because somebody else shared their story and it gave me hope. And I'm always hoping that my story will give somebody else hope. When I ran across this program, I was miserable, just absolutely miserable. I had done every diet that came down the pike. I would lose weight, but you know the routine. I didn't have any long-term success. I just turn around and gain it right back. And I had been following Patty on Facebook and wondering if these stories could even be real, and hoping that they were, and hoping that maybe I could have my own story. After following her for a while, I finally reached out to her and decided to have a conversation. And I got on this program in February of 2018 and thought I was just doing another diet, but I found out really quickly that it was way more than a diet. I lost 45 pounds, and about 10 pounds in, I reached out to Patty. Yep, me, the girl who said I will never be a coach, reached out to Patty and said, I want to learn more about coaching. And, losing 45 pounds was awesome, but that pales in comparison to everything that I've gained becoming a coach. I am a financial analyst in corporate America. It is a very stressful job and a very stressful environment. I was constantly dealing with acquisitions and wondering if this was going to be the time that I would lose my job. And I was a single mother at the time, so I dealt with a lot of anxiety about what I would do if I were to lose my job. And along came coaching. I thought it was just a little side gig that I'd make a little bit of money on, help a few friends get healthy. And wow, I remember the second month I was coaching, I reached out to Patty and I said, I think they got my pay wrong because I couldn't make this much money by helping a few friends. And she laughed at me. She said, no, your pay's right. You guys, that was when I said, hey, maybe this is more than a side gig. Coaching has absolutely rocked our world. I know Patty showed a picture of my wedding on the beach. I got married in 2019. I was able to have my dream wedding paid for in cash, our dream honeymoon, doing all the things we wanted to do. I bought myself a car, the car I wanted, not the car that my budget could squeeze into. We're looking at buying a boat. We're traveling more. We're doing all these things that I never, ever, ever thought would be possible. And I know that sounds like just things, but to me, they're not just things. To me, they're concrete evidence that OPTAVIA taught me how to dream again. And they're concrete evidence that I have found the vehicle to help me accomplish those dreams. I know we talk a lot about healthy sleep and how important that is, and nutrition helps with that. But you guys, you know what helps this mama sleep at night? money in my bank, a plan for my future that doesn't have to worry about corporate America supplying my needs, knowing that I can build the future that I want for me and my family and not rely on anybody else. I thank God every day that I found this opportunity, and I'm so thankful that one night scrolling Facebook, I ran across Patty Glick because it changed my life forever. Thank you so much, Patty. I will forever be grateful.
Awesome. I love your story. And how much do you love her North Carolina accent? I could just listen to it all day long. Congratulations, Lisa, on choosing health and being a part of our amazing community. So what a blessing. And thank you for taking time out of this evening. All right. You know, our system, just to remind you, a brief overview, is really focusing on 4 main components. The 4 things that really make a difference and make us stand out. And these 4 things alone are why our clients are successful. Working with your coach, tapping into your education system. That habits of health system, y'all, fuels the caca, the 6 inches between the ears. Looking and being a part of our OPTAVIA community, our OPTAVIA fuelings. The fuelings, y'all, are 25% of the program. I'm going to unplug on you a little bit because I love y'all. If y'all are eating just the food, well, you're all taking part of the community. Good job, because you're all here. These 2 components. Talk to your coach every single week and pick up that habits of health system, you guys. We got to fuel up here so we get this right, right? So that's my plug. All right, there you go. All right, OPTAVIA coach. Your coach is going to be a rock star, okay? They are going to champion for your why, and they're going to be there right alongside you. On the days when you're rocking and rolling, they're going to celebrate your wins with you. They're going to be your biggest cheerleader. And you know what? On the days when you're struggling, they're going to be there to help you kick self-doubt in the face, push through, because your breakthrough is on the other side. And on the other side of your self-doubt is going to be the life that you want to create for yourself, and they're going to help you go after it. Number 2, habits of health system. You guys, we got to get this right. This is where it all starts. And using your book, your life book, and your app together are going to help you to create healthy habits, 1 day, 1 healthy habit at a time. Y'all are not going to be perfect. You're not. None of us are. But what we are is we're all looking forward. We're not letting the past define us. We're looking forward to the life that we want to create, and we're moving forward in that direction. All right? Your community, yay! You guys are all here. Congratulations on that. And what we also have is most of you are part of private client support pages. Check with your coach on that. But that's a great tool. We've got our trainings, our Zooms that we do here on Wednesday evenings. You've got nutritional support team. You're surrounded by everything that you need to help you to be successful. On our fueling plan, your health coach is going to work with you to come up with just the right plan that's going to be right for you. So we're going to zip over from North Carolina, quick on over to Arizona, where we got my Brown family. So Matt and Kristen, come off mute.
We are off mute, unplugged. Thank you, Patty, Lisa, Julie. Those were amazing, amazing stories. So thank you very much for sharing and opening up your hearts and giving that to our community. So me and Kristen, we have been on program for roughly 4 years now. And it was what happened prior to finding the program, I think, that was the most beneficial for us. We were the typical proverbial weekend diet, the weekend, have our drinks, have our fun. The Monday through Thursday, we were getting after it. We were in the gym. We were trying to lose weight that way. But what we found was, we were getting somewhere, but we weren't getting to where we wanted to be. And what was that doing to us? It was actually affecting our relationship, our kids' relationship, just everything in the process. So we linked arms, obviously, with our coach, and the accountability and community has been absolutely incredible throughout the process. Can't say enough about that, so thank you. But yeah, we were kind of just stuck. We were kind of fine. We were living life, but we were not living life to the fullest and on purpose and to the intention and desire of what we wanted to create for ourselves. So, you know, on the weekends we were eating pizza. We were having pizza eating contests to see who could eat more food.
I used to win.
And who could, you know, drink more beer without, you know, having the ramifications on Monday and Tuesday. So we were just trying to play catch up. And really what we were finding was we were not being the parents and the people that we wanted to be. So
yeah, it really affected us. And honestly, we started this program and we lost 115 pounds between the two of us. And what we found through that process is we found our relationship back with one another, with our children. Instead of sitting on the couch and watching TV while they were jumping on the trampoline, we were on the trampoline with them. But can I just unplug a little bit, you guys? Like, I started a diet. Can you blink an eye if that's what you did also? I started a diet. This did not start transforming my life until I dove into the coaching community, because what I found is I found the things that I was really lacking in my life as a stay-at-home mom. I have always had the freedom to be there with my children, and I'm so grateful for this man right here to be able to provide that for our family. But quite honestly, as a stay-at-home mom, I did not have anything else besides like that hamster wheel of life where you wake up, you brush the kids' teeth, you take them to school, you just over and over and over. I had nothing for Kristen. And what I found through transforming my own life is there were so many moms out there that needed this gift also, and dads and CEOs of businesses that are just run down with life. So I decided to start paying this gift forward, and that's when the magic happened. Our relationship between each other and with our kids dramatically changed at that point. I mean, you talk about at one point, my parents sat down and said, hey, your husband's gonna leave you if you do not start treating him better. And that was really hard for me to hear, but I knew it started within me. And I'm so grateful for Dr. Anderson's system and his habits of health that gave me a truly healthy mind. And I'm able to champion for other people's why, because that right there is what life is about. It's not about the food you're putting in your mouth, but that is leading you to the other things that you can be awakened in life. Fast forward a few months later, we started really seeing the gift of what coaching is giving us at a higher level. We have always been paycheck to paycheck, but what happened at that point is we were able to have a freedom with our family and with others that we desired. We were able to take trips when we wanted to take trips. We were able to go on a random Tuesday and go kayaking with our family because that's important to us to go have fun. And that was really such a big gift, because for so long we had been locked down and felt like our life was in handcuffs because we didn't have that life to be able to live all by serving others. We lived in a fine lifestyle, and now we have that freedom because of these components that has given us our relationship back and our lives back with our children, and we're able to give that to other people. So I'm so very grateful, and I just really, really appreciate you guys staying on here tonight. And Patty, thank you so much for having us and letting us share.
Appreciate it. And one other thing, life and balance. We were not focused on our life and balance. We were focused on a couple different things, but now we have the capability to just balance out our lifestyle and be the people we want to be. So thank you.
Whoa, so amazing. And to think about Kristen and Matt as young parents with two small girls, oh my gosh, so amazing. And really thinking about you guys getting healthy is so much bigger than weight loss. It's about creating that life overall, that life that you want for yourself. So start dreaming about what that's going to look like again, you guys. Okay. All right. Come and join our mission. Y'all are in here. You're making the decision to move forward in your health. Some people are checking us out going, I don't know about this OPTAVIA diet thing or whatever. Oh my gosh, come and join us because we want to rock your world. Okay. But as coaches, we're in this together to help people to live a bigger life. And we want to rock their world far beyond weight loss. Okay. So why would somebody want to become a coach? Let me think on that for a minute. Well, it's going to reinforce that decision to be healthy. Paying it forward to make a difference fills your heart. You get to be around a community that is so fun, positive, uplifting, and always encouraging you to be more. We are compensated for supporting others on their journey. And the more folks we help, the bigger impact we have on the world, and the more that we are blessed. And you know what? We get to leave a legacy. Our children and our grandchildren will know the difference that we made in the lives of others. You get to decide what type of business you want. This is your own business. Do you want to coach some people? Do you want to pay this forward and help some coaches? I'm a business leader in OPTAVIA. I love to coach coaches. I want to help more people. Kristen and Matt, Lisa, they're impacting lives that I would have never had the opportunity to come across. So I love to be a coach of coaches, and I love to be a leader of leaders, and I love to have a bigger impact. And when I lay my head on the pillow at night, I know that I am part of this mission that we have to change the world. So how does it work? What is it all about? We get to have fun. We get to be in relationship. Blow up the chat with a number 7. Do you love your health coach? In fact, no. Blow up the chat with the name of your health coach. Pop the name of your health coach in here, because your health coach rocks. And your health coach champions for your why every single day. Let's blow it up. Let's show that health coach some love. Way to go, you guys. All right. We get to be self-employed. You know what? I told you, I live in North Carolina. I'm traveling for 7 weeks because I can work from anywhere. You get to decide what your coaching practice is going to look like. How many people do you want to help? How much time do you want to invest? What type of income do you want to create? And what type of impact do you want to have on the world? It costs like hardly any, $199 to become a health coach. Hello. By the time you're coaching 3 people, you're going to get your return on investment. You need a cell phone, computer, a heart to serve others, and you need to be coachable and teachable. And we're going to take everything from there, because we're going to give you all the training and the support that you need. And being successful is about allowing your heart to shine. We get to be a lighthouse, and we get to shine our light because we're looking for people who are ready to create change in their life. OPTAVIA coaches have a lot of support, okay? We have a comprehensive training center, and you will learn as you go, step by step. We're going to give you just-in-time training. And just like your health coach is there with you to walk alongside you on your health journey, your health coach is going to be right there with you to walk alongside as you're training to be a health coach, okay? Y'all, even though I'm a nurse practitioner, I'll tell you, that did not make me a great health coach. In fact, it just didn't. I had to unlearn some things so I could learn some things. Lisa's a financial analyst. She's had to unlearn some things. Kristen actually was top ranked in the United States as a catcher in women's softball at the collegiate level. Matt is in banking. They had to unlearn some things and learn some new things to be able to be a health coach. But because they're so open and teachable and coachable, and they have a desire to help others, made it super easy. So we're going to be there to walk right alongside you. And I got to tell you, it's so much fun. So much fun. I love it. I love it. All righty. We are going to close up today. I'm going to bring Chelsea on. Chelsea's got a little bit of a different story. Myself, Lisa, Matt, and Kristen came into this community as clients. Chelsea came into this community as a health coach. She was looking for a vehicle. Her and her husband have some dreams for what they want their future to look like. So I'm going to have you sit tight, hold on to the seat of your pants, guys, because her story is going to blow your mind. Chelsea, you're on.
Okay, are we here?
You're here. Oh my gosh, we got both of you. Yay.
Cool. Why can't we see ourselves? Obviously, we're...
Don't worry about it. It's all good. Just go.
Here we go. We're over here. Okay, perfect. Well, oh my gosh. Are you guys just mind blown right now? Because you just heard some absolutely incredible stories, right? With Lisa, with Kristen and Matt, and how they got themselves healthy and then made the decision to change their lives, right? Live that optimally healthy life. So like Patty said, my story is a little bit different and how, you know, I came into the community. So I didn't come in for weight loss, right? So getting physically healthy is a part of, you know, what we offer and where most people start, right? So I fine-tuned my eating habits and my physical health. You know, I leaned out so that the amount of time that I was spending in the gym every day actually showed. But Patty didn't approach me for physical health. So I'm a nurse practitioner and my husband's an orthopedic surgeon. And as healthcare providers, we see day in and day out how unhealthy people are and how much they really struggle. So, you know, I was really just looking for something to do on the side, be able to help those people. And I've always been very interested in, you know, health, fitness, nutrition. And I actually ended up meeting Patty in a nurse practitioner group. And we basically built a relationship over the next 9 months. Yes, 9 months it took me. You know, she knew what she had to offer was exactly what we were looking for. I just didn't know it. We didn't know it or believe it at the time, right? So at that point, Jaspreet was like, you know what? I have a ton of patients that are overweight, need knee, hip replacements. Maybe you could help them, right? So I thought, okay, sure, why not? So when I became a coach, my thought was, I'm just going to help a couple patients get healthy. That's it. So I had a very small vision. We both did of what this could even give us. But you know what? That's all completely changed. So we realized what an incredible gift we had in our hands, and how we could really transform lives. So as a nurse practitioner, I'm prescribing meds all day. I have 10 minutes to say, okay, let's up your meds, decrease your meds, great job. You need to lose weight, follow up whenever, you know, whatever it may be, right? So now I truly get to walk alongside of others and see them change from the inside out. And, you know, not only that, and that part, it fills my heart, let me tell you. But it's also created substantial income that we never expected. That's not why we came in. I wanted to help a couple patients get healthy. This has given us a vehicle to create the future that we want and living life on our own terms, okay? It's given us the ability to dream, seeing an end to the medical school loans, which let me tell you, they're high, right? So, but meaning and fulfillment in our life and living a financially abundant life with time and freedom, right? Not trading time for money day in and day out. And since I've started coaching, Jaspreet isn't taking on all the extra hours that he did before because financially it doesn't make any sense with what OPTAVIA has blessed us with every month. So, you know, here's the cool part. The third part of our trilogy that we offer to people is Healthy Mind. And Healthy Mind is really about organizing your life around what matters most to you, being more conscious, aware, emotionally intelligent. You know, Healthy Mind is a really big part of our well-being. So we, you know, OPTAVIA, we're about becoming the dominant forces in our life. That's what we help people do. And being a part of this community has been an incredible, positive and uplifting part in our lives and has completely changed our lives. What do you, you know, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm first and foremost so incredibly proud of what, you know, Chelsea's been able to accomplish. We've known each other for about 10 years, met when I was in residency and she was a nurse. And I always knew that she had a passion for helping other people. And that was precisely the reason why she ended up going back to school to further her education so she could be a little bit more, you know, hands-on with patients and make a bigger difference. And then when she finally started working as a nurse practitioner, she quickly realized, wait a second, I'm not really making that much of an impact on anyone's lives. You know, and thankfully that's when Patty and OPTAVIA came into our lives. And as she said, you know, it slowly started out with me sending her a few patients. You know, these are patients who have always been told, hey, for majority of their adult lives, you need to get healthy, you need to lose weight. but have never been shown a way to do it and make the lifestyle changes that are needed to have a healthy lifestyle. And that's where Chelsea came in, and that's where OPTAVIA came in, and she was able to provide them with that. And I firsthand had seen the impact that it's made on these people. And at home, I've seen the impact that it's had on our lives and on Chelsea, and how happy she is and how fulfilled she is. But ultimately, you know, at the grander scheme, what OPTAVIA has given us is the ability to dream a future free of any financial or any work restraints. And that's just absolutely remarkable. I mean, we pinch ourselves every morning when we wake up.
We do. We
Yeah,
really do.
We do.
But yeah, that's our story, Patty.
That's our story.
Oh my gosh, so many stories and so many different walks of life. Y'all, anybody can be a health coach. All you have to do is love and care about people and want to make a difference in the lives of others every single day. So I want to congratulate you for taking time out of your evening and coming and spending time with us. Y'all, we have a big mission to get America and the world healthy. And we don't have enough coaches. So I want you to close your eyes for just a minute and think about, where are you in terms of your healthy body? Are you where you want to be? We're not going to be perfect. Learn to let go of that. But are you in a space where you're taking one foot forward, one day, one healthy habit at a time? Where are you in terms of your healthy mindset? Having meaning and purpose and balance and fulfillment. And are you making a difference in the lives of others every day? Do you have the ability to spend time with your family? And where are you financially? A lot of us have been hit by COVID. Are you where you want to be? Or maybe are you in a space where you're looking for more? So I want to challenge you and encourage you. Reach out to your coach that invited you here tonight. Have a conversation. Get yourself dialed into your health journey. Dialed into where it is that you want to go. And I want to encourage you to dream. If you had no limitations, what would your future look like? And if you've got bigger dreams, come and join us. Talk to your coach about what it would look like if you were to coach your friends and family, because that's where it starts. Because we're in a big mission, and our goal is to change the world. So I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. I'm going to go ahead and close up our webinar tonight. And what I'm going to do is just encourage you to do a couple of things. And that is close your eyes and start dreaming. If you continue down the path that you're on, is that taking you to the life that you want to create? Or is it maybe time to start thinking about moving your ladder over to a different tree? So as Dr. Anderson says all the time, you guys, let's get our act together. Let's go out and let's change the world. And let's go out and get America and then the world healthy. Thank you to all my speakers who took time out of the evening, and congratulations to every one of you for joining us tonight. Have a wonderful day. Happy end of September. And let's go kick October off and let's go have fun. Bye-bye, guys.
At OPTAVIA, our mission is to offer the world lifelong transformation, one healthy habit at a time. The prior audio contained the personal testimonials of independent coaches and clients within the OPTAVIA community. Their results are based on the unique experiences of their journey. We cannot guarantee like or similar outcomes. We hope those stories inspire you to continue your journey with or to consider joining OPTAVIA. But please note that they have not been verified and your individual journey to optimal health will vary. As always, it is our recommendation that you speak with a healthcare provider in the US or a doctor in Singapore and Hong Kong prior to beginning your journey with OPTAVIA. Additionally, this audio may have contained income or earning representations of some independent OPTAVIA coaches. We cannot guarantee financial success. Success with OPTAVIA is derived from successful sales efforts, which require hard work, diligence, skill, persistence, competence, and leadership. OPTAVIA acknowledges that this audio may be accessible to OPTAVIA coaches in the US, Hong Kong, and Singapore. For independent OPTAVIA coaches operating in the US, please see the OPTAVIA Income Disclosure Statement for statistics on actual earnings of US coaches under the U.S. compensation plan. Please note that the income disclosure statement only applies to independent OPTAVIA coaches operating in the U.S. under the U.S. compensation plan and does not in any way constitute any representations as to actual or potential accrual of benefits for Hong Kong or Singapore coaches under the International Compensation Plan. Yours in health, the OPTAVIA team.